Okay, I'd like to call this Selectmen's meeting to order. Thank you all for coming. Tonight is Thursday, January 17th. The time is 7:30. This meeting is being recorded and videotaped. Copies are available in the Selectman's office if you would like one. You can also watch it directly from our website. Please rise and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First item on our agenda is accept the resignation of Sheila Kohler from the LaShawn Oversight Committee effective immediately. Gentlemen, may I have a motion? I apologize for the loud singer tonight. It's the only microphone we have.
I move to accept the resignation of Sheila Kohler from the Shop Oversight Committee effective immediately.
Any further discussion?
Your mic's not working.
Is this one?
Yes. Vaguely.
Any further?
No.
Any further discussion? Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Next item on our agenda is discussion decision regarding amendments to the current firearms ordinance. Consistent with past practice of this Board of Selectmen, I will allow public comment. Normally, we have our discussion and then give the residents a chance to comment prior to our vote. In this case, I think it's critical that we hear from our residents prior to our discussion and the proposed changes to the gun ordinance. But I would like to give the Board of Selectmen a chance to voice their opinions first. Then I will call on the Weston Gun Club that I'm so appreciative has been a partner with us on this. And then after that, I will open up the floor to Weston residents and then to non-residents. I ask that all comments be relevant to the proposed ordinance and specific to the town of Weston. If you are not a resident, I ask that you identify how this ordinance impacts you directly. Please limit your remark to fewer than 2 minutes so that everyone can have an opportunity to be heard. In the interest of time, I will ask that if someone else has just made a comment which you support, please don't go into a whole diatribe. Please just say that you support what the previous person has said. Thank you for your cooperation in this matter. Okay, so I will begin with my comments, and then I will ask the gentlemen on the board if they have additional comments that they would like to add. I want to thank all of you for coming tonight. The Weston Board of Selectmen has always been and will continue to be committed to the safety and security of our residents. In fact, the state of Connecticut mandates us to do so. Reviewing and making proposed changes to our current firearms ordinance that was created in 1990 is part of that commitment. In the many emails that I've received, we have been accused of being political. I hope this doesn't come as a shock to anyone who's in the audience, but we up here are politicians. And the people of Weston elected us to make policy decisions that protect the health and welfare of our citizens. But I do have one political statement to make. I am so proud of our Republican selectman, Dennis Tracy, who introduced these proposed changes. It takes a lot of courage to buck the national platform of your party, but I know that Dennis is, as are David and I, committed to making decisions that are in the best interest of our community and not tied to a particular political agenda. Yes, the tragic events in Newtown may have been the impetus for this, but it certainly is not the reason. How many more people have to be massacred in schools, shopping malls, and movie theaters before those of us who are in position to create laws actually act? When Dennis first brought his proposed changes to the board, I knew that in concept it was something that I wholeheartedly supported. Not only because I feel it's morally and ethically right, because I feel that we, as municipal leaders, have an obligation to make sure that this conversation happens at a local level. I know from firsthand experience that the only way to effect change is to start at the grassroots level. I truly hope that this is the year that our state and federal elected officials take action, and take action swiftly. As one state senator said to me yesterday, All eyes are on Connecticut. During our very first discussion about these proposed changes, and at every conversation after that, we have made it clear that this would be an ever-changing document, perhaps until even we bring it to the town for a public hearing. We also made it clear that the final draft would be vetted by a constitutional attorney as well as town attorney to ensure that we were not in violation of any state statutes or constitutional rights. And finally, as with anything we propose, it is important to ask the residents of the town for input and feedback before rendering our final decision. What I was not expecting was the huge number of phone calls and emails from non-residents, some as far away as Alaska. Some were in support, some were opposed, and some were downright threatening. Let me make this perfectly clear. I will not be bullied by the NRA or any other outside organization or individual. I will make my decision regarding these changes the way I always do, by listening to our residents and supporting what I think is legally, financially, and ethically the right decision for the town of Weston. As one resident wrote to me in an email, although I don't expect the actions of one small town in Connecticut to change the world, at the very least, we can tell our children, including my first graders, that our town had the courage and strength to honor those who lost their lives in Newtown by leading the country by example. Thank you.